I'm trying not to exaggerate when I say this. I want to say going back to high school, I've had people tell me every year on my TV that this thing is broken. It's broken! And then Magic comes back during the dunk contest and concludes, the dunk contest is back. The three-point contest is back. And I'm always like, I mean, it's always just been here, you know.
Well, the thing that they need to fix in the skills competition is that
actual skill.
The All-Stars need to participate. That was the cool thing. The NHL redid their skills one. And so it was all of the All-Stars. One, they gave $1 million bonus to whoever won the overall thing. But it was all the guys that are playing in the All-Star game doing all the skills competition. Connor McDavid won the thing. But that part is cool. Like, I much prefer, yes, I'm a hockey fan, but I much prefer the NHL skills competition to what the NBA does. I mean, the only thing that was probably worth watching was Steph and Sabrina.
I'm being honest here. I'm not trying to be mean. Like, everything you just highlighted, fair points. NHL All-Star Game down 7% this year.
I understand.
So, like, you want them to steal the idea of this league that can't get people to watch.
I understand.
I just find it interesting how this is like the NBA. It's only the NBA's responsibility to have their All-Star game figured out. The NHL can't get people to watch. People watch the football one, but they don't bitch and moan about it every second.
No, I think people have finally accepted what the NFL Pro Bowl or whatever they're doing it's
flag
more
football.
About.
They don't play tackle anymore.
Exactly. They tried to play tackle, and then I forget who lit somebody up one year.
I just think in general they don't want injuries.
Nobody wants to get hurt at that point, which is part of the NBA's issue.
Okay, so it's yeah. I don't know where to sit in all this. Is interesting to me. Like, was it a good game? No, it was terrible. I watched the whole thing. I was just rooting for Dame to be MVP. You could clearly see nobody gave a rip.
Yeah.
This year, a little different than the others, and what I'll say is people seem to complain a lot this year. 200 points being scored for the first time. Okay. But really, if you're being honest with yourself, you just are only complaining about not having 4 solid minutes of locked-in basketball. Because every All-Star game, largely in my life, has been nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. 5 minutes left, we care. And that's it. That's what the All-Star game's always been in my life. This year, they didn't care. And Dame hinted at it on that clip before we went to break, and it's being reported. The players want to be paid. You want us to care? Give us off some of that scratch. Pay us $1 million each. Give the winning team $1.25 million per player and give the loser $200K. Like, make it $1 million difference and then see what happens.
Yeah.
If you get to that and they still do this, I don't know what Adam Silver's left to do. Here is Adam Silver. Listen to Adam Silver. He's giving the trophy. The East has won it.
This is the final thing of the whole weekend. Thank you, Indianapolis. You've been great hosts.
The East has won. We're not doing LeBron Giannis team. It is LeBron Giannis, but we're calling it East West. It's still such a weird concept to me. Here is Adam Silver. Listen to his voice giving the All-Star trophy to Giannis. Listen to this.
Thank you for the fantastic hospitality. To Herb Simon, he's owned this team for 41 years, the longest standing governor in NBA history. Thank you very much, and to your son, Steve, as well. And to the Eastern Conference All-Stars, you scored the most points. Well, congratulations. Giannis, to your team, this trophy is yours.
Well, congratulations. Nobody played any defense at all at any one point of this game. Luka had more defense against him with the rim existing than he did anybody trying to guard.
The rim had the best defensive play of the night.
I how do you make them care? I mean, offer it money is what I would say to that. But largely, go look at the history of this game. Again, 200 points is ridiculous. 150, 145, 140, 146, 154. Folks, it's not like this game's ever been really about defense, ever. I know we got some highlights on Twitter that make it seem like it was 88-91 one year. No, it wasn't. Not in the 80s, not in the 90s.
I think the thing, and you were asking me, about it. I think the thing, even offensively now, they don't seem to be. It just seems to be, okay, it's your turn to shoot.
It's dunks or threes. Yeah.
Dunks or threes, as opposed to, I do remember, the best players in the game, in the world, playing on the same team, especially before we ever saw the Dream Team in the Olympics, them, throwing great passes to one another and doing something offensively, running something. And now it's just, there's nothing that, I don't know if there's anything basketball related other than Dame shooting 48-foot jump shots.
For the weekend in general, like the skills comp, I used to like the skills comp. When it was created, it was, I want to say it was like 2003 or something. It was around then.
Yeah.
It's not that old of a contest. They used to have, like, I remember the first year, I want to say it was Jay Kidd, it was Gary Payton, it was Stephon Marbury. Like, you had top-level point guards participating in a point guard-esque event. And you want to put bigs in that now, that's fine. They've evolved.
Well, they've evolved. They're handling the ball.
I don't know what that skills competition was, but it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That I never saw. Well, Saturday night, obviously, I had a basketball game to call, so I didn't see much of that.
Well, it's just it's kind of like I didn't know how any of it worked. I didn't really understand. The players were going the wrong way in the course during the actual competition. It was a weird thing. The 3-point contest, they've screwed that up a little bit. They've changed it, and then they've changed it back. They finally have gotten back to the roots. That one was good.
Yeah.
It took Dame's very last shot to win the contest.
Yeah.
He had missed 4 straight shots, and you're like, oh, my God, he's going to choke this away. And he hits it on the last shot. The Steph Sabrina thing was awesome.
That was the best thing of Saturday night.
I thought the 3-point contest was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was close. There was like 2 or 3. It was Cat. It was Dame. Like Hallie was there. It was close. It was fun. Steph Sabrina, a ton of fun, despite Kenny Smith saying she needs to shoot from the WNBA line, even though she tied Dame with the score. Steph is just Steph. Yeah, it was a bad weekend for Kenny Smith.
I saw some of that. I didn't ever go back. I wasn't going to worry about it. But
Reggie Miller was the one kind of correcting Kenny on TV in real time. Yeah. And I said this in my house watching it, and I tweeted it out too. I was like, I can tell which one of these guys got their ass kicked by Cheryl growing up and which one never did.
Exactly.
Reggie's sitting there like, yo, why don't you calm down?
As long as she was using the WNBA ball, that's the biggest thing.
She scored 26. She got 26. The same score as Dame.
She showed up. She brought it.
She made like her first 7 shots. She was unbelievable.
It was great. She made Steph have to bring it.
You wait until Caitlin Clark is in this next year. It's going to be even more exciting.
Fantastic.
And then the dunk contest is just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Those judges are sitting on the court, and they're not seeing the dunks.
What made the dunk contest great going back was it was Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins and Larry Nance and all the guys that were playing in the game. That one, they either need to do away with it or they need to mandate guys on the All-Star roster.
Jaylen Brown this year.
That was it.
Yeah.
So
Jacob Toppin, though. Jacob Toppin should have been in the final against Matt McClung, but they rigged it to put the NBA name against the G League name. Jacob Toppin's last dunk is one of the better dunks I've seen. And I'm not just saying that to like for argument's sake. What he did on that dunk and the fact that the judges, including my boy GP, just sat there and was like 46. I'm like, you never in your life could do that dunk if you tried. And you're going to give this man a 46 for that. McClung's was fine. He kind of felt like he did the same stuff he did last year. His first dunk was his best dunk, where he got the ball, let it go in the air, recaptured it, and finished with a reverse. But the dunk contest has not been that interesting. I think you need to go to the YouTubers or something, because you mentioned having names. If Ja Morant does one of these dunks that I just saw this weekend, that is going to change it for people, isn't it?
It will.
Even though the dunk has just been done.
Even though the dunk's the same dunk, but yes.
I saw Stephen A. Somebody tagged me. Stephen A. tried to blame LeBron. He said LeBron ruined the dunk contest. I mean, Dwight Howard was in the dunk contest after LeBron was in the league, but okay. All right. I digress. It's just LeBron's fault. Look, I'll blame LeBron when I need to blame LeBron. We made fun of him.
We did that earlier.
He's the biggest liar to ever exist. But stop it. It's not LeBron's fault the dunk contest sucks. Yeah, he didn't participate. That sucked. It's terrible. It's a bad business choice. We had other names compete in that contest.
Yeah.
It's just, it's really unfortunate. It's no longer the biggest event. It's just not. The Steph Sabrina thing was more entertaining. I thought the three-point contest was more
Three-point
entertaining.
contest, I believe, has surpassed it.
And I think if you could get back to a more simplistic skills comp, then do it, because this year's was weird. When I'm watching Scotty Barnes in their passing part of the drill, or the competition, Scotty Barnes is cocking back a ball and throwing it like a baseball, full strength. That's a pass. When that's a pass, we've gotten away from the skill. Now you're just throwing a ball as hard as you can, because the circumference of the area, it's like 80 times that of a ball.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
We need to have horse. Have Steph and somebody play
They tried
horse.
it, actually.
When was that?
See, that's kind of my point is, we are complaining as a country. I think social media exists now for us to complain about everything, but we are complaining and throwing out all these ideas that they've already tried that nobody cared about. You just asked, when did they do that? They did it like 6 years ago. KD played pig. Nobody watched. It's kind of boring to watch, actually. Well, shoot. All right, I made it. Shoot, I missed. All right, you shoot. Shoot. Oh, I made it. It's kind of boring to watch. But they've tried different ideas. It's an all-star game, folks.
Yeah.
NHL down 7% from last year. Nobody really talking about the NFL one, even though people watch it. And MLB's all-star game is just like the NBA's. It's year to year. Some years it's back. Other years, why is it broken? Home court advantage is not the solution to this stuff, by the way, either. That's ridiculous. Players basically hinted at it. Pay us money, we'll care. Okay, try it out. What's $12 million for you? You're a multi-billion-dollar league. Figure it out. Pay the team. I think you get real competition at the end of these games.